Luckily, this guy has lived such a fucking interesting life, we can find something to pin on him. We have the corrupt Romanian state. We have a bunch of women he's fucked. We can lean on the women. We can pressure the girls. We can get the leaderboard of how much he spent on each girl. We'll get one girl to cry rape, and we'll get him, bang him up. Why kill him? In fact, it's more torturous to leave him in that jail. It's worse than death. And they're right. It is. I'd rather die than spend my life in there. If you live too clean, let's imagine you pay your taxes and you get married and you're a good Christian man and you do the right thing all the time and they need to get rid of you and there's seriously no traction for option 2. There's not a single thing they can find to charge you with. You know what happens? Some crazy guy shoots you in the neck while you're speaking at a rally. So if option 2 isn't even feasible, they jump right to option 3. They wanted to kill me, but they thought his past is messy enough that we can get him. We can set him up. That's the only reason I'm not dead. And the only reason they want me to kill myself is because then I'd lose aura as a hero. That's why when I kept saying you had to kill me, they didn't want to do it. They kept believing if we keep relying on the corruption of the Romanian state, we're going to get him. Because he has fucked women. I've fucked women. It's true. I've made racist jokes. That's true. It's enough. We can get something. If you're like Charlie and you're too clean, they can't get you. And then you really die. So the reason I feel so sorry for what happened to Charlie is I know how these people work. And I know they've sat around a table, just like they did with me. With me, they sat around the table like he's in Romania, corrupt. Here, he's fucked lots of women. He talks on the internet. He didn't pay this bit of tax back in 2011. Whatever, fucking get him. With Charlie, they're like, taxes are paid. Never had a speeding ticket. Married his wife. Never called the cop. It's clean as a fucking whistle. What can the DOJ get this guy for? Nothing. Then you got to kill him. So for Charlie, they skip stage 2. For me, my silver lining is I've lived an interesting enough life for them to attempt stage 2. But that doesn't mean I've ever broken the law. Doesn't mean I've ever done anything wrong. Doesn't mean what happened to me was fair. None of this should have fucking happened to me ever. And now that girl A, who began it all, is about to be deposed, the messages are back. Coincidentally, she wants to settle. The number for the sponsorship contract was $50 million across 3 years. And I've just been offered $50 million if I drop my case, if I don't mention it ever again, and I shut up. But then I don't get my day in the sun, Jack. Then I don't get to put her on the stand and everyone say what she did and everyone apologize to me. And finally, all my suffering was worth it, because if I take $50 million, my life doesn't change. I have enough money. Not the richest man in the world, but I've done well. I'm a smart guy. But I want everyone to see how I was set up. But if I turn down the money that made them use option 1 and 2, and then I turn it down again, they only have option 3 left. And that's why we're making this video. Because I have a terrible suspicion that I won't make it to trial. And if that happens, that's when I want you to release this video. That's where we currently are right now in my entire legal predicament. And they know they are fucked on every level. On the funding of this fucking NGO, on this fucking liar, her being paid in advance, her legal defense, the Romanian state, the British corruption, all of this fucking comes crashing down because they tried to get one guy, me, for doing what? Having a school, encouraging young men to go to the fucking gym.